Alright, sorry about that. We're back now. Apologies. We just got crazy news literally as we kicked off, and we had to take a moment and handle it. Welcome to the Tokotas demo more than podcast today. We're going to take advantage of Twitch's video on demand so that we can basically make a demo of our new slot system and then throw it up on YouTube for when we release it.
As we've learned from past videos, even writing a script will mean that Jill will take, 4 takes to get each section.
Yeah, it's like 4 takes per section, and then I end up changing it in the middle of it, and making a demo for this would likely take me somewhere from like 10 to 12 hours.
So we're just gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna make an impromptu demo here of what we're going on. So is everybody super excited about the new Tokotas slot system? Because I'm super excited about the new Tokotas slot system.
I too am super excited about the Tokotna slot system TM.
I don't know, are they excited? Are they chatting about it? Oh, it
Cray
looks
is
like...
so excited.
Oh yeah, Cray is like the most excited. Cray's been super excited since like last Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So, on this, we will talk about the slot system. I have like one fun thing to show you. And then this video will go up onto YouTube for the tutorial. Alright, so we ready to go? Sounds like it. So, first thing to say about the new Tokotna slot system is... Happy April 1st!
God damn it, Jill.
Okay, we managed to hold it for like a couple seconds. They're gonna catch up in the chat in a moment.
They will.
Okay, to be clear, that was the joke. The joke is us telling you there is none. We made one. Give me a moment. I'll get my desktop up and running for us.
Oh, Jesus.
Da-da-da. Running over here. All right, done. I'm going to need you to really keep track of questions in chat and such.
All right, you are showing your Discord right now.
Give it a second. I'm switching. Okay, here we go.
Is it only showing like a corner of your screen?
What? Why are you only showing a quarter of my screen? Because I clearly have no idea how to do any of this at all. You can't just show me the no bounds. I don't know what that means. Stretch to bounds. Reset. I don't know what this means. Am I still only showing you the top corner of my screen?
It hasn't gotten there yet. Yes.
Wow. Why am I so bad at this?
I thought you tested this.
Well, I didn't realize it was only showing me the top corner of my screen.
Change size to screen size, says Seer.
Change... what? Change size properties?
Back in the same settings you were in.
Okay, in the same settings I was in. I apologize.
Mocking us.
I apologize. I like literally did not test this well enough. Change size. So this size right here.
Transform fit to screen. Cray is right. This is tradition at this point. Oh
It
my god,
is.
this is going to be forever immortalized.
Whatever, okay? I don't see a fit to screen. Not here. People are telling me it's not here. Oh gosh. Wow. Why am I so bad at this?
Transform fit to screen in the collapsible menu.
Hey, okay. Thank you, people who actually know how to podcast, for knowing this, because it's not me. Better?
Yes, it's fit now.
Well, you know, whatever.
Thanks, guys. Is Lewis pointing out we could restart again? But we already fooled them.
It's not as much fun the second time. Whatever. It's fine. They can just see the disaster that we are, okay? It happens. So.
Oh, hey, that's a lie. She has other windows. This is the demo window.
Yeah, this is the demo window. I made this one specifically with one tab for demoing. My 80 tab is, like, hidden in the background. All right, so let's start us off here. So we all know what our tokos look like, and I'm going to go ahead and go to one of mine, specifically to her slots. We've all seen this page before. It is our lifetime tracker for the toko slots. We have 30 to 35 left on Nuna. Tells you when they've been used, and then you can see here that we have this permissions list. This permissions list is specifically, we've got like the 6 tracked perms, and we say, hey, slot perms are not tracked using this, like they don't determine the used, these aren't real. That's what we currently have. But that may not necessarily be true anymore. So I'm going to pop over here to this edit screen, and I'm going to move us into the new edit screen. Dun dun dun. So you can see here, this screen looks familiar to most of us. It's got our slot perms on it. It's where we do the links. We say yes, no, we do these edit, delete, but now they're fun little icons instead of buttons. I'm pretty sure they're understandable icons. But up at the top, we now have a menu. This is a menu reminiscent of the forms page and many other things like that. Or I'll switch over to the Codename version of it. So here, we have Deviantart slots and Tokotna slots. Deviantart slots are the ones where you write a comment on DA, you put all the details in, and it's just like a nice spreadsheet thing for you to track. Tokotna slots are actual Toko slots that are written out on Tokotna and given to somebody else, and then they can pull them up in the system as well. They get marked on there as well, and they're unlosable because Tokotna doesn't break when there's 10,000 comments. Ooh. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about it. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick view of how all this works. We're going to go over it step by step. 1, there's user. Yes, you can write out slots to yourself the same way you can currently write out slots to yourself. To my knowledge, these are not becoming required. We haven't talked about that at all. So as of right now, this would be if you were writing a slot to yourself and then selling a toko. It's happened before, it'll happen again. But I'm actually going to write out this slot to IPAC. Next, I have decisions on fulls, split, or pick of the litter. These are the only type of slots that we allow and the only type of slots that we enforce in tokos. Full is I have given a full slot to IPAC. It is theirs. They may do whatever they want with it outside of the restrictions that we have below. Split is I'm having a split with IPAC. Me and IPAC will be having this, and then I determine here if I have the pick of the litter or if I do not have the pick of the litter. And we will be using the perms to determine who's supposed to be having the pick of the litter. It should match what's on your breeding comment. And this will be the source of truth for that. So you can pick who has it, yes, no, and go from there. Pick of the litter slot is I have a specialized split with IPAC. IPAC will get the pick of the litter first pup out of that litter, and I will get the rest. Those are the only 3 types of slots that we deal with. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this to a full first. We do allow inbreeding, yes or no. We have it defaulted to yes, so if you want it to be no, go ahead and click no. Most people don't put this in their comment. Most people do not really care. They say inbreed at your own risk, which is why we've defaulted it to yes. But you can switch it to no, and if you have no on this perm, we will adhere to it. We have tag, yes or no. This, we don't kick things when you don't tag them. We never have, but this is you can quickly tell them, hey, tag me, don't tag me, and that's fine. Finally, we gave you 255 characters to make a note. And this is where you can write, hey, good luck, hey, don't forget this, hey, you know, if you sell these pups, let me know. You can write anything like that on this note. However, we do have this. Notes are not enforceable by the Tokotas admin team. You can say, I'm writing the slot to get a Dom pup, but we will not enforce it. You can say, I'm writing the slot for any reason, but these are not enforceable. Tokos only enforces the rules that you see here. Inbreeding or not. We don't enforce any other sort of crazy logic. Just so you know. Alright, so I'm going to tell IPAC, good luck. I'm going to hit add, and you'll see down here, it looks just like you expect it before. I don't see anything in split. I don't see anything in pick of the litter, because in this case, there is no pick of the litter. IPAC's got it all. I said, yeah, inbreeding, this, and no, it's not been used. If I hit edit, it'll pull all the information back up here again. And if I update, it'll update it back down here once more. And then X would remove it. Exactly like the perm list works today. I'm going to go ahead and save this slot. And I'm going to go ahead and let that run. Okay, so now this slot is saved. You'll notice that the edit and the close are still here. Now, this is a little special because, this is a little special because we are giving you a 24-hour edit window, just like if you did a DA comment, to revoke a slot or to edit a slot. 24 hours from now, so at 12:15 tomorrow, the owner of the Toko, me, can no longer edit the slot. You can't revoke it, and you can't change the type it is, and you can't change inbreeding, no inbreeding. You can't update the note. It's done and it's gone at that point in time. It's finalized in the system. If you edit a slot, so let's say that I've just sent this slot to IPAC, and then I go back in and I edit it and say, hey, it's a split, IPAC will get a notification that the slot has been changed. I'm going to show that real quick, and then I'll take my first set of questions. So here you can see that I sent a slot to IPAC. I'm going to run over to my IPAC. Ooh, am I not logged in? Apparently I am not logged in. Thank you for logging out in the middle of this. Super helpful, IPAC. Here we go. And I have IPAC done all up in red so that it's very clear who's who. You'll see that IPAC has a notification. Slot to Nuna received from Demonic Rose. I click on it. It takes me to this lovely slot permission where it tells me the ID of the slot. It tells me the Toko, who I own the slot, the type, inbreeding, all of this information. Looks awesome, and when it got created. I can give this link to anybody. I can send this link to you. I can send this link to Dunn. I can send this link to the breeding comment, and anybody can access it and view it. Special me, I get transfer and edit. We'll go over those in a second. First, I'm going to show you what happens when the Toko owner, that's me, goes in that first 24 hours. And I go, okay, actually we're going to do a split, and I have pick of the litter. I'm going to update it. Oh, I'm going to show them something kind of cool. So I just made a change, but I haven't saved anything, right? Right? We have added this, so it'll warn you on this page. If you have made changes and you were attempting to leave, it will double check, hey, do you want to do that? Pretty fun. All right, but I have updated this, and now I'm going to save. So this has now been switched to a split with myself, and I have pick of the litter. I'm going to jump back over to IPAC. Oop, nope, that's Hugh. I'm going to jump back over to IPAC. I'm going to refresh. You'll see this now says split, and split with Demonic Rose, and pick of the litter went to Demonic Rose. And I also got, hey, slot to Nuna, edited by Demonic Rose. So I got a notification when it happened as well. And it'll take me right back here. So that's the first piece of this. That is creating slots and editing them for the Toko owner. So there's two owners here. There's the Tokota owner, which in this case is me, Demonic Rose, because I own the Toko. And there's the slot owner, which is IPAC. He owns the slot to the Toko. Okay. Any questions so far on what you've seen here and how to write out a perm? I think we're not running a full podcast, are we? So we can probably just let them.
No, I sent them to Discord.
Oh, you did send them to Discord? Perfect. Okay.
My chat keeps disconnecting, so I'll miss it otherwise.
Oh, fair. All right. Dunn's checking Discord for questions right now.
I do not see anybody typing yet.
Okay. I mean, it's possible that I could have just done this so perfectly no one has a question.
Never.
Yeah, I know. All right. Since no one's typing, I'm going to go ahead and move forward. We won't slow everybody up.
We can circle back as needed.
Exactly. We can circle back at the end as needed. So these are legitimate permissions. Like, they are exactly what you think they are. And we have the nice little quick link that you can copy right there so you can hand it off to people. So there's two aspects here. One is we will be adding a new menu item to take you to your slots. I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to go to iPack slots. I'm logged in as iPack and I can see all the different ones that iPack has right now. I can see if they've been used or not, and they have the fun little book like you would see. This will take me directly to the slot. That'll take me to the Toko. Here's the type and notes. These would be specifically buyer notes. That would be iPack's notes on here. I'll get to that in just a moment. So I've added search as well, meaning I can search the Tokos associated with the slots that I have. I can be like, hey, I only want the brown Tokos that I have, and I only want the Tokotas, and please just give me the females, and hit search. At which point it says, hey, the only brown females that you have are Nuna. And there she is, pulls up that split slot to her. Pretty cool looking. If I click here on this little breeding form, it'll take me to Nuna's page, it'll take me to her forms. You'll see it'll automatically put a link there for me. And because Demonic Rose asked to be tagged, if I go through that link, it will add a tag to her as well. So I don't have to worry about tagging her. I can just copy this form and she'll be tagged as soon as I post this on DA. Yeah, it's that cool. All right, I'm going to jump backwards again. So, fun little bit there. User iPack. Oh, took me back to Tokos. Excuse me. All right, so slots. So we can see all the different slots. We can see the type we have, and they're searchable. I can also say, hi. Hide my used ones for me, please. Just remove those so that I don't see anything that's used. And now I can see only my ones that haven't been used at this point. You're like, but Jill, well, I still want to add like liter links. I still want to add notes. How do I go and do that? Very easily. I come over here to the slot, which we have opening in a new page for Sanity, and you'll see I have an edit slot option. This remains for me at all points in time as the slot owner. I can see it, and when I go in here, I can add a note. When the slot is unused, I can add any note I want. With boom. Save. Back. And you can see it now says, hey, using with boon. And if I come back over here, using with boon. So that's my note. I put it on there. The Tokota owner note was good luck. My note is, hey, I'm using this with boon. These are public. It just is how it is. These are not private notes. Don't cuss people out in them. Okay? Because people can see your My Slots page the same way they can see your My Tokos page. And the same way they can see your custom notes there, they can see your custom notes here. Okay? Perfect. That's viewing that. Next, there's a couple other things. Once this slot gets marked used, we'll be able to add a liter link to it. I can add a liter link as the slot owner, as the split partner, or as the Toko owner. Those could be 3 different people when all is said and done. When you write a split slot, you're writing the split slot to yourself. So if I write one to iPack, then me and iPack are in that split. If I then sell that Toko to Dunn, Dunn is now the Toko owner, but she's not the split partner. She doesn't get to be the split partner because she wasn't involved in that transaction. It will remember. The system remembers who the split partner is. So even if the Toko gets transferred, the person it's supposed to be split with is the person who wrote the slot to you, who owned the Toko at that point in time. Takes all level of confusion of that out of play. This slot will remember who that is. So there's that. And then finally, no, I think that was right.
That's liter link.
So liter link can be added by any of those people. It will show up on the edit page after the slot is marked. I'll show it in a moment. Then there's the transfer button, and the transfer button is only for the slot owner. I'll show you. Let me go ahead and take this link. And I'm going to hop back to Demonic Rose, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it. You'll see here, I don't have an edit button, and I don't have a transfer button, because the slot's not used yet, so I can't add a liter link. There's no liter link to add, and I can't do anything with it. That being said, when I jump back over here to iPack, I have a transfer. This works in a couple different ways. I'm going to click it for this split slot. You'll see that this is a split. Only full slots may be transferred to other players. Once you sell a slot, it belongs to that person, and they can do whatever they want with it. They can shrine it, they can sell it, they can gift it. You don't have any right to tell them otherwise. And that is always how we've enforced this. But that's only true of full slots. Splits can't be transferred. Pick of the litters can't be transferred. They were written out very specifically. They're kind of a mess to do transfers on, so it is only for full slots. However, you'll see here we have a return slot to Tokota's owner. So let's say you get all your slots in and you realize you have like 10 slots to a Toko that was maybe like gifted to you for one thing or another, and you don't want them, or any number of reasons. A mistake has happened past the 24-hour mark and you need them to go and rewrite it. Tons of things like that. I can return the slot to the owner. So I can click on this and say, are you sure you want to return this slot? You cannot undo this action. I say, yeah, that's fine. Actually, this was a mistake. They shouldn't have sent it to me or anything of that nature. You'll see it's no longer on my slot page. And if I refresh this is going to be gone because the slot no longer exists. And hey, slot to Nuna was returned by IPAC. There's nothing to click on because there's nowhere to go. I'm going to jump back here. And when I come here, you'll see that also the slot is gone. So IPAC returned the slot. And that's how you can handle lots of different mistakes and such that happen. Usually with slots, we just say communicate with the Toko owner. Everybody wants this to work. Very rarely is anyone ever trying to screw anyone else over. Mistakes happen. So we've decided to have the handoff work like this. The owner of the Toko has 24 hours to revoke, has 24 hours to do edits, do any of those little things. If something happens outside of 24 hours and the Toko owner and the slot owner are both like, oh, a mistake has happened. Well, the slot owner can just go and say, hey, return the slot. It gets deleted out of the system. It's gone. It counts against nothing as long as it hasn't been used. And then the Toko owner just rewrites another one that fast and they fix it and they have a new 24-hour window for edits. Like, that's how it works. Outside of that 24 hours, if something has gone wrong, let's say you did something silly like I wrote a slot to somebody for a payment that they never finished and then they, won't give the slot back. That's when you note us. Yeah, just note us and we will go and take care of it from there. Because we can delete any slot in the system. We have the power to do that. It happens significantly less than you think it does. Most people are willing to return it, and smart players don't write payments for things they're not sure they're going to get. Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Shut up.
Looking it done. All right. But I will show the normal transfer as well real quick. So let me go ahead and write this up. Send it along. And if you hadn't noticed, we do keep track of the total usable slots that you have. This is a formula that determines how many are used in the system and how many you have written out here that are only Tokotna slots that are promised but unused. So it counts both of those things, meaning as far as Tokotna goes, if you're only using Tokotna slots, you can't overwrite your Toko. You have a perfectly accurate count at all points in time. If you have DA comments, we take no responsibility for those and do not factor those into our count other than the used ones in the lifetime tracker. Okay? So I've gone ahead and sent that over to IPAC. I'm going to pop on over back to IPAC. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to pop into this slot. And I'm going to go back to transfer as I said I would. And you'll see now, because it's a full slot, I can transfer it to whoever I want. Actually, so I'm going to send it off. Please don't send things to Hugh. Please, please, please do not send things to Hugh and IPAC. They are lost into the system. These are not checked regularly. So you'll see I've given this to Hugh. And if I pop over to Hugh, who's over here. Let me go to your Tokos.
Watch him be logged out. Oh, shocking.
He's not logged out. Okay. Pop on over here to Hugh. I can see, hey, I got a slot transferred by IPAC. And cool, now I'm the slot owner. It's super cool and awesome, just like that. And I'm going to show you the admin side of it, because then I can also use this for admin training purposes. Okay. You will see Hugh is a system admin and Jill is a manager. So both of them have this little heart up in the corner that everyone else didn't see. That's because IPAC is just a member. It's not an admin. It's one of our tester accounts. It's our member tester. But you'll see I have this lovely little mark slot up here. So let's run back over to, actually, let's send this back to IPAC. It makes the test look cleaner, because you're not supposed to mark your own stuff. No, that's not true, actually. You can mark you can't roll it, but you can mark your own things when someone else is rolling it for you. The non-random pieces. Alright. So, now, IPAC is the slot owner, Jill is the Toko owner, and IPAC is the admin. So you'll see here I have the lovely little mark slot up in the corner. I click on it. Are you sure you want to mark this slot? Yeah. And then it says, you'll see the hearts filled in. That means the slot's been marked. And over on the other side for everybody, over here for Jill, oh, that's right. I got warned that, hey, these two are transferring the slot, so I know who has it. And then it's like, oh, the slot got marked used. And when I go down here, I'll see that I now have an edit. I can see that it's marked because I'm an admin, but also down here, it says, hey, it's used. So now as any member of this, I can... Oh, that's right. I forgot. I made it proper. All right, I save that. I go back. And, oh, we're not showing the litter link on this page.
Oh, we might want to add that. I'll put that on the list.
We'll probably want to add that, yeah. But the litter link will show up anywhere that we show the litter link, and I will add it to this page.
I'll go show newness tracker.
Yeah, let me go show newness tracker. Because that was my next step anyway. So if I go over here to newness tracker, you'll see that my Tokotna slots are actually listed. They have the specialized slot number, IPAC, hey, it's used. And apparently I'm showing an issue with my litter links. That's fine. Your litter link will be there. Don't panic. So the litter link is there, or at least will be. And if I go to perms, even though I'm inside my 24-hour window, the slot got marked used, so it's gone. Can't edit it anymore. It's been used. Okay? And it still says 29 on here. So that's what the slot owner, or no, excuse me, that's what the Toko owner sees. The slot owner, you'll see why we needed a video for this. The slot owner sees that it was marked used as well. And they also have the ability to go in and add the link to the litter. I don't think it's saved correctly. That's what happened. That's fine. I'll still fix it regardless. Okay. So the litter link's there. They can still update their note. Maybe we don't want them to update their note. I don't know. So,
I mean, since you can search notes on that page, it might make sense to allow people to clear them out so they're not pulling up old stuff.
That's fair. Okay, so you'll see you can add the litter link here as well. I have nothing up in the corner, and that happened where it did. Oh, also, fun. If I go back over here to Nuna, go back, please, and give me her logs.
I don't think they're tagged with updated.
I don't think they're tagged with updated.
Just do none.
I probably have that hard-coded. Here we go. So you'll see that I can say, hey, a slot was used. And it put a log. Hugh went ahead and used this slot. They used it at this time on this date. And I know that the slot was used. And this is another way that we track how many slots have been used. We just log them for everyone's sake. For when admins use them and unuse them. That being said, let me pop back over. And let's say, oops, I wasn't supposed to do that. It's got a confirmation, so it shouldn't be done in accident. But there have been situations we've had to revoke a litter. So to unuse a slot, it's as simple as click OK, unused, bang, goes back to unused, and on the other side, on the other side, hey, slot returned, breeding issue and slot returned. It's a standard memo when that happens. Slot Tanuna has been marked unused. I get informed, and IPAC gets informed that the slot got unused. So everyone gets notifications as well. I don't think there's anything else to show you all on this page.
Let's see, we went over writing slots, editing them and revoking them for the Toko owner, adding nodes and transferring for the slot owner, marking and unmarking for admins. We kind of went into the page where you get to search everything. No, I think that's about it.
All right. Any questions?
We do have some questions.
Okay, perfect. Love it. Bring them on.
So after the system is running, we don't have to use the DA comments. Will the comments still be optional to use there as well?
Yes, for now, we are leaving DA comments as a completely viable way for you to do it. We track them as much as we track them right now. You know, if the journal breaks, sorry, but that's the reality of it. That's what part of the reason we're trying to make this jump, to get away from that. Perms and main breeding thread bloat fast. But yes, you'll still be able to write DA ones. You'll see that. Let me go ahead and show you. So this is what it normally looks like. And then when we go look into the new system, you'll see that the Deviantart is still there. This works the exact same. We just don't count them in any way. We don't do anything with them. We still do the same user overrides and all of that you currently see. So yes, you can still write DA comments. We're not going to stop you from doing that. We suspect that people will just find the Tokotna ones easier and better going forward because the slots always follow the Toko. It's less work on you to track things.
No more losing them in the void of notifications.
Exactly. No more who did I write a slot to? I wrote a slot to when? Those questions evaporate when you do this. Additionally, crap, I forgot my second point on that. Apologies. So it's less work on you in the long run. It's less bloat in the journals for us in the long run, meaning less people lose theirs.
DA is not going to fix this issue, and we've tried every way to fix the journals ourselves.
And they don't exist. I'm pretty sure DA soft deletes to some degree. So, yeah. That's kind of just where those stand right now. I don't feel like we're gonna let you use them. We expect that you'll go to the Tokotna ones yourselves eventually.
And we are going to look into ways for people to move DA perms to Tokotna perms, but we don't have anything solid finalized on that yet.
Yeah, nothing concrete. We're just talking about various ways that it could be done.
I mean, quite personally, I might go hit up people I wrote slots to in the last month and be like, hey, do you care if I delete this and write you a Tokotna perm instead? Tokotna. God, no, no.
I told you that's how you pronounce it.
No, it's not.
But yeah, we're not taking away your DA ones right now. December, we'll reevaluate how many DA perms exist. That was my point. The only caveat of Tokotna perms is the person has to have an account. They have to have a Tokotna account.
Yeah.
You can't write a perm to someone who doesn't exist.
But it's not exactly hard to get an account. Have them sign up.
Exactly. It's kind of step one if they're actually going to play this game. Before many other things, sign up for an account comes before get a Toko.
And as some of us have learned, we'll walk someone through signing up, give them a Toko, and then they'll be like, no, this bear dog game's too weird. Bye.
I'm like, wow, that was 3 hours of my life I'm never getting back. Okay. Next question.
Sorry, Miss Lot, but just to double check, how does Shrine work with this? Will those be auto-deducted / permed now?
So when you shrine, we tend to we just mark them as used, right? You don't write up perms for shrine.
We don't write up perms. I mean, if you have perms that you're shrining, they get marked, but for and otherwise just goes marks stuff's shrined. I don't think we need perms for it per se.
I don't think you need a perm to shrine. It doesn't seem like it would be really a necessity. Shrine, when shrine happens, we have a, yeah, well, you know what? Let me just show you. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to show you awesome Toko powers today. We have a page. This is how we shrine your slots. Come in here. Shrine. And that they click that button and the log gets added, the slots get deducted, and that's how it works. We never needed a perm to do it. So, if you're talking about I wrote someone a Tokotna perm and then they went and shrined it, we probably have to add a shrine button for Furion's convenience.
Yep. Let me go throw that in our channel thingamajig.
Mm-hmm.
Shrine, blah.
Yeah, we just need a shrine button.
Alright, next one. If I buy a split slot to someone's Toko and then later don't want it and gift or resell to someone else, that is currently allowed using DA slots, right? It will not be allowed on Tokotna.
I don't think it's actually currently allowed. Gifting splits has always been one of those very gray areas.
Every time it comes up in chat, I think we have like an hour going around of like, is this?
Right, because, you know, a lot of the time splits don't say who has pick of the litter, and now you've introduced someone who was never involved in the original deal into the litter. So I don't actually think we've ever said, yes, this is totally allowed when it's a split or a pick of the litter. I'm not saying we won't revisit it. I'm just saying it gets iffy.
Well, say somebody who is my friend writes me a split, but they hate Jill. And then to troll them, I transfer that split between them over to Jill, so they have to deal with each other. That's just kind of...
Right. When you write a full slot, it's fire and forget. You have no rights to it anymore. We wrote a way for it to be returned because those situations happened, but the reality is, like, it doesn't happen very often, and it's fire and forget. You don't actually have any rights to it beyond there, which some people don't actually seem to realize, that once you write a perm, you gave it away. It belongs to the other person. It's not your perm that they have access to.
Especially in the case of sales, they paid you for this.
It's gone.
That's why we stopped enforcing some of the crazier restrictions on things.
Yes, it's why we stopped enforcing a lot of the crazier restrictions on things. You have been paid for this. It's gone. And some of the restrictions that we were seeing come through were ridiculous. So that was one thing. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen because it's a lot of power on my computer.
That is fair. All right.
So yeah, I don't think we technically allow it, but I don't think we really disallow it as long as no one's complaining. If it is something that is truly wanted by the majority of the community, we will of course reassess it.
However, it's probably going to be a lot of coding power in the vein of like two-way transfers.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of coding power in the vein of two-way transfers, and the decisions have to be made at that point of, can slot owner transfer it? Can Toko owner transfer it? Can both transfer it? And then how does that work? Who all gets involved in this? Up to a 4-way transfer for a split. Because technically, me and Dunn can't have a split to a Toko we don't own.
Well, I mean, you can if you owned it. Oh.
Yeah, see the headaches that's already forming for you. That's why splits aren't transferable. If it's really wanted, then we will sit down and we will see what we can figure out. But as of right now, we're not. It's not on the whiteboard to figure out.
So, next question.
Yeah, next question.
In the vein of what Kep said about shrining and how we need to do the shrine button, curious about Tokotines and how that would work.
Oh, for Tokotines.
Well, I mean, even with the introduction of the Tokotna perm system, you don't have to write yourself a perm. You can, you don't have to.
Yeah.
And Tokotines is you posting more or less, so you don't have to have a perm either.
Yeah, you don't have to have a perm. I mean, if you wanted to write yourself a perm so that it's gone and you've got your accurate total, Jill may literally start considering doing these things if breeding doesn't say please, 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 please don't.
Well, she was extremely excited because I don't think they realized, because we didn't cover it, that mark unmarked slot button also changes the slots used total for them, so it's one less screen.
Oh yeah, it's for admins. This marks it, so it's the equivalent of marking the DA comment and updating the lifetime tracker at the same time.
So
yeah,
slowly chipping away at their steps.
It's why it won't hurt per se if we write perms to ourselves, because they still have to go mark the lifetime tracker. Here it's a different button than the one they normally hit. We'll work that out. But I suppose as long as breeding isn't venomously against it, which is a conversation we'll have with the breeding team because they're the ones doing the work, then you could write yourself a slot for Tokotines, but as of right now, you don't have to, so nothing changes for you. Anything else?
No, I'm just offending Craig because I got the wrong check mark. Whoops. Don't see anybody else typing. Man, this may have been our quickest podcast ever, even with the snafus at the beginning.
I know. Wonderful. All right, then. Well, I'm glad for everyone that was able to join us. I have one more fun little thing for us to see. So, with Group Open, we will be kicking off our Blue Skies and Sunflower Fields charity drive. Donation drive. The official name of it will be on the journal when we post it. And I did say that we were looking to get more than one background, and a few people reached out to me to be like, hey, I really want to do something and help. So of that, 2 people are working on a background, and one of our commission backgrounds came through. So I have a sneak peek at that for everybody. This is one of our commission backgrounds of a gorgeous sunflower field with a light blue sky. So we have our wonderful painted feeling one of the dark night, and here we have a sunny day one as well. And both of these will be on the Blue Skies and Sunflower Fields background item. And that's coming with the donation drive. And again, that will be on shop.tokotna.com. We will be transferring all the money directly to them through a donation widget that we have installed.
And this one is from Spam.
Yes, this one is by Spam. I'm not going to call out any of the other people who are working on them. I'll give them a shout out when they get done because I don't want to put pressure on anybody, especially who is donating work or giving us a discounted price to do this. And there's still time if you want to help on this drive, or if you want to make something for it, you can still contact me. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm literally done. That was it. I'm just using this as my tutorial so that I don't have to teach people this 1,000 times over.
I couldn't figure out how to write a guide for this. I couldn't.
No, it was pretty bad. Any other questions?
I don't see anyone typing.
Okay.
So, woo, we kept it to under 45 minutes.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, those of us who could, on this little stream. Don't tell them about the April Fool's thing. Let them find out when they watch it themselves and just panic for 2 seconds. All right. Lots of love. Bye.